Hello, in this video we're going to discuss global warming part 3, times we have lost Earth. So it's a cataclysmic event to lose a planet. It's happened a few times, and literally in the past 1111 histories. There have been times where Earth has been lost or destroyed, become unlivable. These are due to catastrophic events that are outside the parameters of this conversation, but I'll just go over the times where Earth has been become unlivable due to global warming. In every history where that's occurred, we have always stepped in and done something about it. In an earlier history, the third history, it was discovered that overnight everyone on Earth died, and no one knew the reason why. Upon investigation, it was found that a type of group of carbon monoxides that are lighter than air had risen up into the upper atmosphere, been trapped between the upper atmosphere and collected together, and then eventually it became so thick that this layer of carbon monoxides smothered all life on the planet. So in this history and all the histories after that, we've had a spaceship from heaven that is in the upper atmosphere, mostly around Antarctica. In that region, there is a hole in the ozone layer that is deliberate. So the hole in the ozone layer, it's not actually called an ozone layer, but it's a hole in the atmosphere. That's where the atmosphere is thinner. In this region, that group of carbon monoxides are collected by the Black Knight spaceship. It's called Black Knight satellite by people. It's technically not a satellite, it's a spaceship. This spaceship collects the carbon monoxides, removes the carbon, and then teleports and places back into the upper atmosphere oxygen, which then comes back to Earth. So that's why there is less atmosphere over the southern regions, like New Zealand. People say that there's less ozone layer over New Zealand. That's the reason why. And it's because of that spaceship, the Black Knight spaceship, that we have no problems regarding that group of carbon monoxides. However, there are other pollutants that do get into the upper atmosphere, and they are the problem which causes global warming. So we can prevent some things, but not others, without an intervention. When spacecraft come back to Earth from space, for example the space shuttle and other rockets, they've always come back and been covered in carbon. They've been covered in carbon because the Black Knight spaceship places carbon into orbit and leaves it there and puts the oxygen back into the upper atmosphere. So spacecraft coming from orbit, coming back to Earth, actually go through a layer of carbon that was put there by the Black Knight spaceship. The carbon isn't harmful, and that explains why spacecraft coming from orbit have carbon on them. I'm the Archangel Daniel, and I'm from heaven.